In this video, we're going to show you 4 different ways to connect your Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 audio interface to studio monitors or powered speakers. This will work for any self-powered speaker. So basically, if it plugs into the wall for power, all the methods that we're going to show you in this video will work for you. So whether you're dealing with a small desktop speaker like this, or if you're dealing with a 12-inch powered speaker for a PA system, the methods that we're going to show you in this video will work for you. Now, if you are looking for pricing or specs for any of the methods that we cover today, we have links down in the description below to show you all the cables and adapters that we talk about when it comes to setting up powered speakers or studio monitors with your Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. So do check out the links down in the description below if you want current, up-to-date pricing from a variety of online retailers for everything that we discuss here today. Now, in this video, we are using the Yamaha HS5 powered studio monitors. This is what I use as my daily driver at my video editing desk. I absolutely love these speakers. We're gonna do some more videos on them specifically, but just know that these are the ones that I actually use when I'm working with music production or video editing or anything like that. Next to it, I have the M Audio AV40. These are older speakers. This was the first set of speakers I got when I was getting started. It'll be evident as to why I'm using these speakers later on in the video as we discuss some of the methods that you may need to connect your Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 to your powered speakers. Now, before we connect these studio monitors or speakers to your audio interface, there's one piece of information or theory that we do need to cover. That's the difference between a balanced cable and an unbalanced cable. You can see here in my palm right now, I have 2 1/4-inch cables that look nearly identical. One has a single ring and one has 2 rings on it. The single ring, this 1/4-inch jack here, is unbalanced. That means that there's just one cable running, and if it picks up audio interference or any magnetic interference or electrical interference, that can show up and reduce the quality of your sound. You might notice humming, buzzing, fluttering, static. Some unbalanced cables can pick up radio signals. So if you notice any of those symptoms, it is probably because you're using an unbalanced audio cable and it's picking up interference over the length of that cable and it's causing problems. A balanced cable, on the other hand, basically has 2 legs. There's the tip, the ring, and then the sleeve is the ground. And basically one of the legs is phase inverted and it gets synced up on the other end where it's going on the end of your speaker, and it cancels out any noise that it picks up along the cable, or at least most of it. Now, 90% of the problems that you would have with any of the solutions that we're presenting here will be fixed by using a balanced cable. So if you're using one of the 1/4-inch solutions that we present in this video, be sure to use a balanced cable if you have the budget. They're usually a couple extra bucks because the cable is more expensive and there's a little bit more labor in the soldering on these cables, but it is worth the money. If you decide that you don't want to spend the money and you want to get an unbalanced cable, you will probably be fine for lengths less than 15 feet of cable. But if you do have issues, this is the first place that I would start to resolve that issue. So in this video, we're going to show you 2 options that are balanced, 2 options that are unbalanced. We're going to start at the best solutions that I recommend, and we're going to work our way to the ones that will work, but are theoretically not as good for connecting your speakers to your Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. Okay, so the first method that we're going to show you in this video is using a balanced 1/4-inch cable. If you look at the cable I have here, you'll see that both ends of this cable are a balanced 1/4-inch. You can see that there's 2 black rings on there, so there's 3 distinct sections. There's the tip, the ring, and the sleeve, so it can send the normal audio from the audio interface, the phase inverted version of the audio, and the ground from the audio interface. Those 3 sections get sent to the speaker as well, where the one phase gets re-inverted and synced up on the end of the speaker, canceling out any noise along the run. So with the speakers here on the back of the HS5, I have 2 options. I can plug in an XLR cable or a 1/4-inch cable. This is extremely common. This is probably the most common way to connect your Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 to a set of powered studio monitors. So I'm going to use this black cable here to connect the left output of the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. I'm going to plug that into the back of the first speaker here. And then I'm going to use a red version of the same cable. Again, if you are looking for recommendations of the cable here, I have links down in the description below. I'm going to plug the red one into the right output of your audio interface, the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. And then I'm going to connect that to the back of the Yamaha HS5. Now that all the connections are made, we can turn it on. It is recommended to always turn the speakers off when you're connecting cables. It can prevent those pops and stuff when you plug jacks into a speaker that's powered on. And now we already do have music coming from the computer to the audio interface. So then it's just as simple as turning it up. So that solution works. With that solution, that is the easiest, most straightforward solution. It's a balanced solution, so you shouldn't get any noise or interference. Again, if you are looking for recommendations on these cables, we have links down in the description below. Now for method 2, we're going to connect the 1/4-inch balanced outputs from the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 to the XLR input on the back of the speaker. If your studio monitor only has XLR inputs, this will work for you. To do this, we're going to use a balanced 1/4-inch cable to connect to the back of the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. And this cable will go to a male XLR that will connect to the back of a studio monitor here. Now this is a balanced solution. This uses the same cable type as the previous TRS 1/4-inch balanced solution that we just showed you. And it just has an XLR connector on the other end. So this is still balanced. You don't need a DI box or anything like that. You can run this the same infinite length, and sometimes XLR is a bit more convenient to work with. So to do this, we're going to connect the back of this Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, and we're going to connect the other end to the XLR input on the powered speaker. Now if you need more length, you can buy a longer cable, or if you need more length, there's no harm in connecting another XLR cable to the other end of this. So for the right speaker here, we're going to connect the right output of the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. And then just to show you it doesn't make any difference, we're going to connect an XLR cable to this to extend it. So if you do need more length at your desk or wherever you're working, you can do this as well. And then we're going to connect that to the back of the other speaker. Now, this time I forgot to turn the speakers off when I was disconnecting and reconnecting them, so they are already connected and powered on. Now we can turn up the music on the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. And you can see there that we have signal from both speakers. This would be another balanced solution that would work really well and would help reject noise and give you a high quality balanced solution for connecting your Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 to your studio monitors. All right, now for method 3, we have a different set of speakers here. We have the M Audio AV40s. These are quite old, but they do give us some different options for connectivity. So we're going to show you these. They also work a little bit differently in terms of all the jacks are on one speaker here. You can see that we have 1/4-inch inputs and RCA inputs. And then there's a piece of speaker wire that connects two speakers. This is fairly common as well for more low-end or budget studio monitors, but it is completely viable and it can work really well for you. So for this method, we're going to use unbalanced 1/4-inch cables, also known as instrument cables. So you can see here with these cables that they just have one black ring on the tip. That means that it's unbalanced. So we're going to connect this from the audio interface into the powered speaker. So we go from the left side there with this yellow cable. We're going to go to the left 1/4-inch input there. And then we're going to go from the right output of the Scarlett 2i2 to the right input of these powered speakers. Now this will work for the majority of people connecting to their studio monitors. But if you do notice buzzing or clicking or hissing or fluttering or radio signals or anything like that, you will need to upgrade these cables to be balanced 1/4-inch cables. Next, I'm going to turn these studio monitors on. And then on my Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, I can increase the volume. And it sounds to me like we're getting a high quality signal. Right now, I don't hear any clicking, buzzing, humming, or anything like that. So this solution is working in this environment, but maybe if I'm at my desk where there's a power strip and a computer monitor and a lot more electrical equipment really close to it, that's when I would start to notice that humming, clicking, fluttering, and then I would probably want to upgrade these to be balanced 1/4-inch cables, but these can work for a lot of people as well, and you might not actually notice a difference between both types of cables. All right, for method number 4, we're going to connect the 1/4-inch outputs to the back of the studio monitors here using the RCA inputs on the back of the speaker. This would work well if your speakers only have RCA inputs. Generally speaking, and the reason that we're covering this last is because I consider RCA to be antiquated. I don't consider it to be as good. I'd always prefer to use 1/4-inch or XLR or something like that before I use RCA. But for a lot of people, this may be your only option, so we're going to show you how to do it. Here we have a cable that converts 2 RCA jacks to 2 unbalanced 1/4-inch cables. So RCA is unbalanced, so keep that in mind as well. So next, we're going to connect that to the back of the audio interface. We're going to do red on the right side, black on the left. Now a cable like this, if your speakers have an input per speaker, you can feel free to separate that a little bit as much as you need. Maybe you need a 10-foot cable, or maybe you order individual cables. These ones happen to be attached, but just know that you can always kind of pull these apart if you need to. So we're going to do red on the right side, black on the left. And now everything should be good to go. So we're going to turn it up. And we can hear that that solution works well for us as well. So there you have 4 different options to connect your Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 to your studio monitors. I would always do them in order that I presented them here. Balanced 1/4-inch cables are the easiest and the most straightforward. You can convert it to XLR with no quality loss, but generally you'd need to order a special cable in order to do that. Next, we have unbalanced 1/4-inch. There is a chance that you would have degraded quality with this solution. And then we have a 1/4-inch to RCA cable, which again, you're converting and it's unbalanced. This is really a last-ditch effort if your only solution is to plug into an RCA input on the back of a powered speaker. If you have any questions about any of the methods that we showed you in this video, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Again, if you are looking for pricing or specs for anything that we presented here, we have links down in the description below. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.